Okay, thank you everyone for joining today's call. On this side, I'm with Sambugwa, Kirui, Martin Were, and Miguel Chalai. Today, we are basically going to look at do a review of the hackathon tickets, and then we make some announcements about what we're doing with the form builder and look at any other business. So on the call, I can see we have Mike. Actually, there are three Mike. So there is Mike Awano and the other should be Mike. Okay, yeah. So the three of you guys, I think you this is your first time joining the call, and we are very excited to have you around. So let me go straight to the first look at the hackathon tickets. Just to give some background, the hackathon that we're talking about happened on 26th, 25th and 26th of last month in December at Lake Hub, and that's where we met the three Macs I'm talking about. And we are just looking at building mUzima to allow editing of observations. So when you go to the observations, the patient summary page, and you go to observations, what we want is someone can tap then some UI pops up. They can change or do the edit whichever way they want, save and upload the data to the server side. So we split this in a number of tickets. There were 6 of them, and there are different people working on those tickets. We've not received much feedback in terms of the progress. There were 2 pull requests. I saw some did a review, and maybe we should test before merging the pull requests. So before I can go deeper into this one, just ask the 3 gentlemen, Mike, is there any progress or any question on whatever you're working on regarding this? Maybe you can start with Mike Arnold. Mike Arnold, yes.
Hi everyone. I don't know if I'm clear. But I don't think I don't think I have so much of an issue to ask. Only that I noticed that during the hackathon, a few guys will not were not maybe aware of the technologies that are used in maybe the mUzima. Yes, it's OpenMRS and stuff, but you find that there are other technologies like maybe Spring, Hibernate, maybe someone will want to use Maven and stuff. A few guys were not aware that these were the technologies that are used for the development of maybe the OpenMRS stuff. So just maybe a little pointer for them in that. Yeah. And yeah.
Okay, thank you. So, but so do you think at the end of the hackathon, guys were getting somewhere like do they still have problems they're hanging, or you think we do something more to enlighten them?
Yeah. Pardon, please.
Yeah, I'm asking. So
Yeah.
So you notice there were challenges, guys understanding the technology they're using. And okay, basically the hackathon will introduce the mUzima to the community, show
Yeah,
them what to do. Um, Basically to get guys started on the project. So
yeah,
do you think we still need to do more, or at the end of the hackathon, guys are now fine?
yeah. Like I will say from my side, a few guys I worked with, they actually did not understand like the technology used. Maybe you get that uh, maybe for when you do the like when you see the OpenMRS project structure, you may get that there's this place for tests, there's this place for where the code is, there's the OMOD stuff. So you get that a few guys get confused of where to put the right code, like which place do I interact with, where do where do I write what. Maybe that was just the observation from my side.
Okay.
How do I access the database and stuff like that? Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you for that. Maybe this is the first one we can give feedback. Mike, younger, do you have an observation to make?
Yeah, okay. The hackathon I can say was a success,
Mhm.
but we had a few hitches with the hackathon.
Mhm.
This is because during the hackathon, not all the information was disclosed in an orderly way. For
Mhm.
example, the steps to be followed to implement mUzima, the development environment until you reach a point that you can now correct the code. For instance, most people did not know that you have to do Maven install on those directories
Mhm.
to generate the right jar files. And also you find that the process is a little bit complicated for people who have never used Maven, or who have never interacted with OpenMRS. So you find that most people were getting okay, they have the files, they even import into Eclipse, but then from there they can't do they can't do much on the code because they don't know that they need some libraries that exist in the Maven libraries that they have to pull to their local Maven, and also the POM file, and the if you are using Android Studio, I can say that you won't get you won't be able to use your POM file because Android Studio uses Gradle. But you find that in this instance, most of the users who were there and most of the participants were users of Android Studio. So you find that they couldn't notice where the problem was because they only interacted with Android Studio, and now this here comes a file that has been done in IntelliJ, which has a POM file, but Android Studio does not use POM files. It actually uses, if you look at it, Android Studio uses Gradle to correct libraries and search dependencies on projects that you're working on. And then we have also, most people did not know there is a site called please.gradle where you can find the libraries of projects you're working on
Mhm.
that you actually don't have on your local machine, and include them on your libraries on the Gradle file so that your project can run. So you find that most of the participants on the hackathon they had actually, they didn't have the right information they needed to make the hack a success. So you find that a person tries day one and day two, and you still cannot actually do the mUzima app. You cannot actually debug. And also we had the search API that is a private. I think it's private. When you go to GitHub, you find it's in a private repo, so that you find that you have to be invited for you to actually get access to it. So you find that some people didn't have access to that, even though you can gave them the file on the, but it would be quite fair if you have a streamlined process whereby if you follow step by step, you can actually successfully run it until you are able to debug the mUzima app. And secondly, I realized that the mUzima mobile app itself actually crashes when you do some activities. Like maybe from my phone, I use Huawei Ascend G8. If you try to download the cohorts, you would actually find that it crashes. The first time it will download the cohort, and then your cohort. But if you try to download a second cohort, it crashes. Now from there, it always crashes. So you can't actually test the app from my phone, and my phone is just the way it came from the shop, so you can't say it's actually been modified, which means there are phones out there that cannot actually are not actually compatible with the mUzima app. Yeah, I think that's all I have to share.
Wow. Okay. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Mike. Those are very valuable observations.
Yeah.
Actually, that was our very first hackathon. It's not something we've done before, and it's our first time going full beyond to introduce the technology to the community. So yes, there were quite a number of things we should have done in advance to make the process easier. But your observations are very good, and I think they will, we really need to do to improve on those points in our next hackathon, and we should do something just to make the process easier in case there's anyone who's still stuck. Some you had some observations. Okay. Mike, Michael, share now. I think it's yeah. So some a number of things have been pointed out. Generally, people didn't understand the technology very well. And then secondly, there is the issue with ID. Those guys using Androids, which we were not using. Yeah, had issues that we never had thought about. So maybe, do you have any comments?
Yeah, I think those are good comments, good nights, and welcome to the community. This is our first call with you guys. So from our side, we are taking those points, and this being a first hackathon, I think it was a good learning environment even for us. And the issues that you've raised, we basically try to address them, but now it would be more of Sam and Savai. It will be more of all of us. Take the honors, as we agreed during the hackathon, take the honors to fix any issue that you find and raise the issue under tickets. We created accounts under tickets, so you can raise it as an issue, or feel free to send an email to report those issues. And for the idea, I think both myself and Sabai, we use IntelliJ, and the main build I've been using has been Maven. So I would advise that maybe both of them might. It would be good for the time being to try and adopt like a uniform IDE. IDE within the community. So Android Studio is basically a port of IntelliJ. It's just enhanced to do Android. If you look at mUzima itself, it is more than Android. So API is Android, mUzima API is not Android. So that is why we chose IntelliJ, especially if you're working on Touch API and mUzima API. So I would advise that, if possible, we use IntelliJ as our ID. We have an open license, so for those who will be active developers, we'll give you a license so that you can switch from the community version to the enterprise version. Yeah, but for now, we can all use the community version, the starting point.
Now about the search API, um, because there were people actually who couldn't access. So there are two observations which I've made. One, um, should we keep the search API private? Why do we have it in private?
I think for now we'll keep the search API private. What we'll do, we'll update the artifact. So the artifact that is currently out there for such API, the current one, we will update that in Maven.
Yeah, so can you help us understand why it is private?
Yeah, so the reason we kept it private is it's our database and it's encrypted. So it carries our encryption algorithms. So we didn't want to make that public.
Do the people on the call find that satisfactory?
Hello?
Yes, Mike?
Okay, I think the search API should just remain private, but we invite the people who need to use the search API should be invited so that they can use it at will.
Yeah, agreed. And I think for now, both Mike, Otino, and Younger both have access to such API. So Mike,
Yeah, we do.
yeah, your project was more on the OpenMRS side. So, but anytime you need access to such API, I think
Yeah.
we'll give you that access.
Okay.
Cool. Now, the second thing, you see, those when you're building mUzima Android, you need to have the mUzima API and search API in your local repo. And I think guys who are having issues um, getting the Maven to download the search API and the mUzima API repo. So maybe you guys have experience. For now, you have to build it and install it in your local repo. Right?
No, not
Yeah.
this. Both the search API and the Maven API are Jar files within the Maven repository. I think the problem that we face in Kisumu was that those Jar files that are there are not the latest.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for Mike Bianga, for example, we had to compile on his laptop and phone, because the current API that I was getting was not the latest one. So that is from our side. Update those.
So I need to do that. Okay, thanks for the feedback. So regarding the tickets, are you guys, is there anyone who is interested in continuing with a specific ticket? I think if that's the case, we can assign you a ticket and work with you in case you need support, just to get started, just to understand the mUzima technology, so that in future you can be able to work on other tickets. So I wonder whether any of you guys feels like there's one ticket you can work on and maybe you can work with you to get you to it.
Hi guys,
Right?
Hey,
this is Michael Pena.
Okay.
So
Welcome.
yeah, I'm having issues over here. But anyway, basically the challenge for most of us, I think I may be repeating what's already has been said, but I think the challenge was setting up the installation of the IDE, because some of the participants didn't even know which IDE to use, if at all. Because for instance, some are trying to do like the normal Java stuff or the Android stuff, but I think I had Sam, was it Sam, saying that we should all use the IntelliJ ID. I also agree that that's a way forward that we could use. And as regards to the tickets, okay, I've been able to run the application on my IDE, the IntelliJ. I downloaded the IntelliJ IDE, and I think now I'm able to focus again on the tickets that we were issued on the day on the hackathon.
Mhm.
Yeah, so maybe I'll be moving forward with the ticket that I had issued last time.
Okay. So, oh, okay. Could you remind me which ticket number or?
Did I? So I didn't catch that.
So Michael 10 was working for 9.
Okay.
So maybe what you can do, Mike, is as you continue to work, keep pushing your code so that you're able to see what you're doing and advise.
Okay, for sure.
Like,
Okay. Thank you, guys. Is there anything we need to?
yeah, maybe you can get an update from Mike Rauno. I think there have been quite communication between us and Rauno. So what is your current status and how are you progressing? Do you have any blockers that maybe you can
Not yet. I was just I've just been working on just doing some separate module on my own before maybe I could jump in to the mUzima thing so that I could just do stuff from the ground up. Yeah, so far so good. There are no challenges, but if there is, I will let you guys know.
Linda?
Yeah. Hello.
Hello, I'm hearing you, Mike.
Yeah. So for the for the nini the hackathon I did ticket number 7. I think I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I did create a pull request, but if not, I'll just go and create and let all of, let it be reviewed so that we see what's on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess that's it for the hackathon tickets.
Yeah.
If there's anything, please let us keep talking. And for the last week, we've not been the IRC chats have not been active. But
Yeah.
if you guys remember, I sent you some mail earlier telling you we usually have Scrum meeting every 2:45 p.m. to 3 p.m. And that's just basically meant to get to come together and share what we are doing, and in case anyone has issues, we can receive help. So,
Also, if I may just interrupt kidogo,
yes.
you find that sometimes we use maybe these terms that maybe some of us are not familiar with. So maybe if we can be sending maybe links to some maybe pointers to those stuff, like if we talk about sprint meetings, scrum meetings, stuff like that. I believe yeah, there are some who have maybe handled it before, but maybe some of us are not very aware. So maybe if people will just be shown maybe a little bit of the way.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. Thank you for that.
So yeah.
Yeah, maybe just a question. I think the time I saw Diana on IRC,
Yeah.
so I and Savaya are all logged into IRC. So anytime you're on IRC, you can put a question and we'll be happy to answer that.
Yeah.
Then I think for any term that you use that you're not familiar with, please feel free to ask. Now, so sometimes we can use a term ignorantly, assuming that everybody knows the term, but it may not be that obvious. And that happens even both ways. So sometimes you guys are using terms that you don't know, so you also ask about what basically that means.
Yes, sure. So Mike, let me just explain the sprint and the scrum. So basically, we use this as this is what do you call it? Kind of iterative, continuous development work, and yeah, it's agile. Thanks. So for us to to coordinate more effectively, and especially because we are not in one place, we need to just share kind of updates in terms of what we're doing, where we are. So the Scrum, in this case, we refer to those sessions daily, a 15-minute session where we do a chat just by typing. And there is this tool, IRC, that we use. So we all log on to it, and each one has a chance to share feedback in terms of what you're doing and where you're stuck. Yeah, ideally it should be daily, but we understand you guys have a lot of things you are doing. So we normally host it every day except on a day where, on a weekend, and except on a day where we have this call. So the two of us, Sam and myself, would be available. And in case any of you guys have time, you can join. And then that is one time that we can help you in case you're stuck somewhere. And then the sprint call, normally we organize our work in terms of identifying what ticket we want to be working on in a certain period of time, usually 2 weeks. So for a given 2 weeks, we would say we have ticket 1, 2, 3. And during the 2 weeks, we focus only on that work. And at the end of it, at the beginning and at the end of it, and also in the middle, we would have a call like this one just to share the progress. So we are here to launch such a sprint with you guys. But now that this is the first call with you guys, we are going to see how we pick up. And when the momentum picks up, we can begin doing that sprint. Okay, so that's it for the hackathon tickets. About the second agenda, before we do that, it's just to mention that we are starting work on creating a builder for mUzima form. So the issues that are currently, for you to create a form that works with mUzima, which people can use to collect data, it requires some programmer who understands how to insert OpenML responsive, how to put in logic for validation, and so on within a form. But somehow, when the app rolls out to even the larger population, we would like to have a tool that any non-programmer can use to design the forms and use them on mUzima. So we've started work on it, and we'll be sharing the progress and whatever you're doing in the coming calls, just to let you know what is happening and whether there is any work that needs any other development assist. So I don't know whether there are any questions on that. If there are no questions, any other business? Anyone? Okay, I just want to still let you guys, especially the new ones, in case you need any support from us, please let us know so that we can get it. But
Yeah, I want to make a couple of comments. Just sitting and listening, I'm glad that people are making very good and pointed contribution, and especially pointing things that are not happening. So that is really, really appreciated. The question I had for activities that individuals are doing, so for example, the person, are they just doing it independently and then they come and tell us this is what we worked on, or are there tickets? Is there a systematic way for people know who's working at this point?
Yeah, I think I can take that. So all of them have tickets. basically, I think the gap that was there in understanding how organization works. For example, how is a model structured in a dev environment. I think for like Mike Aon, he took some initiative to understand that structure. That was really good. Like, so he already has his fork, and all his code that he put on his ticket, he pushing his code to that fork.
Okay. Now, that helps. So, given that that's been a problem, and someone has taken some time to understand it, how do you make sure that those lessons are shared so that other people are not having to go through the same difficulty?
Yeah, I think that's a good question from Martin. If you remember what we agreed all of us during the hackathon, that for everything that you do that is not documented, please document it in our wiki. You can add it as a comment. You can send it. You can put it as an issue, but always put that documentation, especially for like younger. We went through a process of we brought to Android students. We have no documentation for that anymore, so it will really be helpful if you are able to document that and make it available to everyone. Yeah. Anybody has a question on where to document?
Okay, thank you, Martin. Thank you. Okay, so looks like there are no more questions, guys. So if there is no other business, I guess we will end the call today. So thank you everyone for joining the call. Okay. Sheila, are you on the call? Mike, he didn't hear from you. Sheila, are you there? And Derek.
Yes, I'm here. I can hear you. I'm following.
And Sheila. So in case Derek is one of the technical guys working with a team with a project that uses mUzima. So he is an implementer. He's one of the consumers of what we are doing here. And Sheila, maybe you could introduce yourself. In case you're there. Oh, okay. Looks like.
Hi.
Hi, Sheila.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah, mine.
Yeah, finally.
You didn't hear, so maybe you can introduce yourself.
Oh, my name is Ashila, one of the students taking health informatics.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hope to see you again in the next call and during the week in case of anything. Thank you so much for joining today's call.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.